Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Coffee's hot, frequency's alive. 145.430. You're listening to the morning hum. This is the Coffee Break Net. Steam rising with the sunrise glow. Signals bouncing nice and low. Foothill light and silicon sky. Morning check-ins rolling by. Call sign ready, mic in hand. Voices drifting through the band. RF dancing in the air. Someone's mobile somewhere out there. Heat up, drop your sign. One at a time. You're sounding fine. Sip so don't rush the day. Net control will lead the way. Coffee on the console. Radio's awake. Morning on the machine. Give and take. Voices in the speaker. Smooth and clean. So like riding on the beam. Checking out, don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. From the hills to the bay. W6EK Echo Kilo starts the day. Check in. AllStarLink been feeling strong. Echolink brings friends along. Mobile bass or handheld tight. Everyone's sounding right. Morning traffic rolling through. Signal reports 5x2. Laughing in between the keys. Coffee cup and beat my R's. Mic drop, carry a tone. You're never really alone. One more round, take your place. Good vibes on the interface. Coffee on the console. Radio's awake. Morning on the machine. Give and take. Voices in the speaker. Smooth and clean. Sunlight riding on the beam. Check it out. Don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. Morning voices, RF stream. Coffee break, live on the machine. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Coffee's hot. Frequency's alive. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Good morning. Voices. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by.
QV, I'm just laying low on the dashboard. KSFQV, if someone reads the dashboard today, they're going to have that as their assistant.
You're working, Mark. KJ5, Golf Whiskey November.
Oh, I heard the connection on. Well, that's good coming through that way, and we'll just see if someone's going to use the dashboard or they're going to just do it by RF. But, well, morning, KSFQV. Nice and sunny here in Ohio.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Coffee Break Net. This is Orion AI6JB here in West Roseville. The Coffee Break Net meets every single morning, 7 to 10 a.m. right here on the W6EK Repeater, located in Auburn, California. The Repeater is lovingly cared for by the good folks at the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club, and we have monthly meetings on the second Friday of the month, and we also have Zoom options, so for those of you on the East Coast, you can drop in anytime. Let's start with some quick in and outs. Quick in and outs are for those folks who want to drop in, say hello, and be about their day. Looking for quick in and outs on the Coffee Break Net.
N6CKV. G6IHJ.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor.
Kilo Delta 6, Charlie Delta Quebec, Rick in North Islands. KJ5, TWN.
Good morning, Will. Good to hear you. Good morning, Rick. Good to hear you as well. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Larry. And good morning, Carl. Anybody else?
10-9-AUF. I don't know if you called me out earlier. Pennsylvania. Rural Freedom, that is. Thank you, Orion. And 73.
AK6JP. Patrick. All right. Good morning, Patrick. JP. Where's your full call sign? I missed the first part.
Alpha Kilo 6, Juliet Papa.
All right. I think that was Alpha Juliet 6.
Alpha Kilo 6, Juliet Papa.
All right, one more time, but let's go ahead and hit the button a little bit longer and wait before you go. One more time, please.
Sorry about that. Alpha Kilo 6, Juliet Papa.
Sorry about that, too. Alpha Kilo 6, Juliet Papa. Good morning, Roy. We got you. And good morning, Daniel. We got you. Let's go ahead and throw it up to the top of the list. Good morning, Carl. It's good to hear you. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning all. Everyone else on the net. We're watching the activities in the Middle East with great interest. Other than that, I was going to ask you how the extra class is going. Back to you, Orion.
We have a very energetic bunch. We had 6. We were expecting 7. We had 6 folks show up at the lab last week. They had a fabulous time learning about digital. My favorite in teaching those labs is every once, it doesn't happen every class, but every once in a while you get that little sparkle in somebody's eye, and we had a couple of those last week, so very exciting, very exciting. What's going on in the Middle East? I have not been paying any attention.
The United States and Israel attacked Iran with aircraft.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to get off the Coffee Break Net and check that out. Well, Carl, for keeping me in the loop, and look forward to hearing on the Coffee Break Net maybe next week.
Okay, real good. Thanks for running that. This is Carl on 6EKV saying 73. Everyone have a good Saturday.
Hey, Carl, you have a great Saturday as well. Good morning, Larry. KO6IHJ. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. KO6IHJ here with the FPA in the background screaming. I turned it down. Nothing nice. Got to go to town. My fish tank pump went out. So right now my fish are sucking, I guess, no bubbles in the water. So they got to pump. I got to do that. And let's see, a little bit of grocery shopping and back to the house. But yeah, beautiful day. We're going to take advantage of it around here. I just got to get out and do something.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a great one and quite warm. Last time I looked, it was going to be, 73 degrees today?
Oh, it's definitely Speedo weather for me. I mean, shorts weather. Or it could be Speedo. Other than that, y'all have a good, blessed day. Get out and do something. Enjoy it. KO6IJ, back to you, and thanks for running that net. 73.
Yeah, I just checked 76 for a high here in Roseville, and I'm just going to have to ignore that last comment, Speedo, because a nasty image came into my mind. KO6, IHJ, AI6JB73.
73.
Good morning, Mark. KC8FQV. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing good. KCFQV. Went to the auto show yesterday, so last time it's been held for 30 years, I think. Yeah, the International Exposition Center opened, it was early 90s, mid-90s. I don't remember when it opened up now. But they had all kinds of shows in there when it started. Well, they still had shows, but I don't know what they're doing right now. So, don't know where the show's going to be at next year, but it was a good show yet this year for the show. And taxes are done. Well, they're at the preparer now, so they'll do their work with them. And nice and sunny today. Another day. Yesterday was sunny, but I was inside most of the day at the auto show. So, other than that, not much else are happening. Where does this month go? I guess the end of the night will be in a new month. So, let's send it back to Net Control, KC8FQV, and we'll be taking looks at the websites and all that to see what's happening in the world. So, back it comes, KC8FQV.
Audio level was slightly higher than average.
On that yesterday, what happened to February? Well, thanks for dropping in, Mark, and you have a wonderful week.
Don't know where the show's going to be at next year, but it was a good show yet this year.
AI6JB. Good morning, Rick. KD6CDQ. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Orion in the net. This is KD6CDQ, Rick in beautiful downtown suburban North Highlands. Well, I've been up all night monitoring the Fox News channel because, wow, we're in war with Iran. Israel and the United States are doing everything they can to put an end to that evil regime. And I'll tell you what, if you got cable, switch on to the Fox News channel and get educated, because man, oh man, it is action. There are things going on, and this is going to be carrying on for probably a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I went to bed early last night, and Carl made that comment this morning, so yeah, once I get done with the coffee break, I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. Yeah, a little bit of excitement for the weekend. That'll be interesting. Interesting what's going on. Rick, you have a wonderful weekend. Look forward to catching you next Saturday on the Coffee Break Net. W6EK AI6JB 73.
Good day to you and everyone else on the net. This is W6EK 70.
And good morning, Will. KJ5GWN. How's it back there in Oklahoma?
Good morning, Orion. Well, things are going good here. It's going to be 81. It's currently 65 degrees and windy. Yes, Oklahoma does get wind, and we get a lot of it. So, anyway, hopefully there are no fires started today. I haven't kept up with the latest in the fire danger, so I don't know what warnings or watches we have concern about, but hopefully there are none that get started today. We are expecting some rain later on this evening and into tomorrow. It's supposed to be cooler. It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow, and so anyway, we're getting some much needed rain around here. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November. Back to you, Orion.
Well, sounds like it's a hunker down day, and get ready for some cooler weather. And we're actually going to be getting some warm weather now. So yeah, like yesterday was a beautiful day here. All right, Will, you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch you next time. KJ5GWN AI6JB 73.
Seven threes, Orion. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November. We're clear and listening.
Good morning, Daniel, N9MUF. How are you doing this morning? What's it like there up in Illinois?
Good morning, Orion and the Net. We've actually got pretty balmy weather. 40 degrees, it's not going to get quite as warm as it was yesterday. Got out for a quota then, dropped down from 3 bags to 2, and had a wonderful activation. But today, gray skies, like I said, 40 degrees, and right now I am stuck. If you've ever seen Blues Brothers and the bridges that they raise and they jump over, I'm stuck behind one of those right now.
Blues Brothers, that brings back some memories for sure. Very cool. Very cool, guys. Do you guys, I mean, I know you have your own style for music, but do you guys play other genres, or do you kind of work your own, create your own?
As a band, we try to create our own. Personally, I'll play almost everything. There's very few styles that I either won't play or haven't played.
Very cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks, Daniel, for dropping in. Glad to hear things are getting a little better for you up there. I mean, I don't know about Illinois, but I know the East Coast got blasted with some really cold weather. I'm assuming you got the same, so I'm glad you guys are getting a little warmer there. Have a wonderful weekend. N9MUF, AI6JB 73.
No, unlike the Northeast, we were fine. Like I said, a nice little warm quota at 68 degrees. So beautiful weather here. It's supposed to get cold, but, you know, if it does, if it doesn't, I'll say thank you to Mark. 7-3 to you in the net, Orion, N9MUF.
Take it easy, Daniel. And good morning, Roy, WH7DH. Let's get a check-in from Pennsylvania. How things are going in Pennsylvania today?
Things are going great. The weather is beautiful. There's no more snow. I think it's going to get up into the 50s today. The chickens are doing good. We have 3 hens, and lately we've been getting 3 eggs a day. So they are doing great, too. And we are doing some early spring cleaning. Myself, I have the duty cleaning mirrors and medicine cabinets and windows inside and all that kind of stuff. So
we'll be busy today doing that. But all is well here in beautiful rural Freedom, USA.
Very cool, very cool. So it sounds like it's going to be a nice day pretty much across the United States, or at least reasonably nice. All right, thanks for the check-in from Pennsylvania, Roy. You have a wonderful week. Say hi to Mickey and Jacob for us. W870H, AI6JB 73.
W870H, and Roy and Mickey miss all of you there, and thank you for your great service and also your condolences and sympathy to Ray's family with his passing and becoming a silent key. He was sure such a great regular on the net, that's for sure. So everyone take care. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's go to Patrick. Patrick, AK6JP, back in California. How are you doing this morning? Good morning, Patrick. AK6JP, AI6JB. Alrighty, no contact there. We're going to go for one more round of quick in and outs. Let's do one more round of quick in and outs.
Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo, over.
Kilo India Alpha Yankee Mobile, over.
Alrighty, good morning to KI7 Alpha Yankee Mobile. Looks like you're coming in from Oklahoma. And good morning to KO6KMR. Oh, I should know that call sign, but apologize. Anybody else out there like to jump in on this round for a quick in and out? All right, let's throw it over to KO6KMR. Good morning. Oh, please remind me what your name is. Getting a little senior moment there.
Oh, that's all right, Orion. Robert here. Just wanted to call in, say hello to everybody on the net. Going to continue my extra studies today and go to the gym. Other than that, Karen and I might go out for some coffee or do something of that sort, but otherwise it's going to be a calm day. Over.
Yeah, doubly more embarrassing. You're in the class right now. I knew the call sign looked so familiar, but I just could not put the name with it. Well, Robert, good to hear. How are you liking the class so far? Don't mean to put you on the spot.
Oh, no problem there. No, I really like it. It's helped me a lot. It's focused me on learning this stuff, and the way y'all have broken it up, it actually makes it pretty easy to remember, and to learn it. So far, good. I can go through all the exercises that y'all have given so far, pretty well. I might miss one or two here or there, but nothing bad. And odds of getting those on a 50-question test out of 600 probably aren't too large. Over.
Yeah, if you're only missing a couple at a time, then you're doing really, really well. So you should easily be able to pass the test. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. And like I always say, if you have any questions, feel free to stop Anders and I, or we'll be happy to explain it. Looking for you on Tuesday evening. Robert, have a wonderful weekend. KO6KMR, AI6JB73.
Yeah, certainly will. On that, I'm going to turn it back over to the net. Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo, and I'm just going to monitor and listen. Over.
All right. Hey, enjoy the show. All right, let's go ahead to a James. James, I pulled your your name off a QRZ. KI7AY from Oklahoma. Good morning. Welcome.
This is Jim. I should change that. Anyway, good morning. Yeah, I'm on my way to Oklahoma City, going to go see my son. I'm presently in a little town called Stigler, which coincidentally is the place I bought my little Ford Maverick last year. A cute little place. Really like the Ford dealer here, but I won't say his name because then I don't want to advertise. But he's a good guy. But pretty nice day here. It's very cloudy, but a lot of blue sky mixed in with it. It's about 72 degrees, so perfect. Other than that, thanks for letting me in. I'll be in and out because I'm going over my cell phone. I got a hotspot in the car, which works pretty good most of the time. In fact, it gets better coverage than my cell phone does. Go figure. It was a cheap thing, and happy to get it. This works pretty good with my clear node. Anyhow, thanks for letting me check in. Hope everything's going okay back on the West Coast. I'm originally from El Cajon, California, if you know where that is. Then I moved up to Oregon and lived there for 25 years, and then moved out here in 2016. So have a good one. KI7AY Mobile, clear and listening for quite a while, I bet.
Yeah, you're sounding beautiful coming into Auto Repeater, so yeah, no hiccups or anything. I could see from Superman that you're coming in through the network or the internet, but otherwise it was beautiful. Well, Jim, I changed the name to Jim, so next time I drop in your call sign into our log, it should show up as Jim. But welcome, and and have a safe day. KI7AY, AI6JB73.
I6JB, this is Kenwood, ICOM 7, Alinco, Yesu, clear, 73.
Very good. That's great. All right, let's open it up for some Raichu. If you guys want to drop in for a Raichu, go ahead and check in now.
Well, good morning, Orion, KB6 SSN.
And good morning, Orion. W6BJN.
K6DCL. Good morning, Orion.
Good morning, Dave. K6DCL. Good morning, Mark. WB6BJN. It's been a couple weeks or maybe more for us chatting. And good morning, Tom. KB6SSN. Anybody else want to drop in on a Raichu? Ooh, that last shot was static. You want to give that one more try? All right. Good morning, Tom. KB6SSN. What's been going on in your shack these days?
Well, good morning, Orion, and a happy Saturday to you, KB6SSN. Tom here, and good morning to the net as well. Well, earlier today I was having a chat with a nice gentleman, and I looked up, and it was completely overcast. I mean, just you couldn't see a thing. Well, now we've got big, fluffy white clouds that are covering, I'd say, 75% of the sky. But because the clouds are so white, the sky is this beautiful azure blue behind it, and it's an amazing sight. It really is. Nature has such wonderful beauty for us to enjoy. But anyway, moving on from there, in the shack, I got tired of having to translate CW for Larry when we would sit down and I'd listen to CW. He's like, what are they saying? What are they saying? Right? And I'm like, okay. So I figured out how to use the CW decoder on the FT101MP and found that it works actually quite well.
I am not familiar with the FT101. I'm Googling it right now.
Yeah, FTD
WX101MP. It's Yaesu's 200-watt flagship radio, and it's a very nice radio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So you're saying it actually decodes quite well at the CW. I mean, does it matter which operator is using it? I mean, does it come better for some versus others?
Well, that is, of course, the bane of any CW decoder is that, if you get somebody with a sloppy fist or sins like I do where you weight your DAWs, that can be a little bit of trouble for a decoder sometimes. So, no, it doesn't come in perfectly for everybody. And I found that the signal level has to be at a certain point. And one variable that I was not, to which I was not used, but it has always been automated in other devices I've seen, is that you have to manually set a range of speed that you estimate the code is being sent at with this little knob. And when you get within the range, it starts to copy it. So there is that. I would say that I've probably obtained about 10% of the skill necessary to master it at this point. But we did put up a video of it working on the Confederate Sun 1 page. So if you like really bad videos, go check it out.
I'll put that on my watch list. Yeah, I've dropped it. The last one I saw was the Henry floor amp. That thing when it's on is, I mean, it's got to be radiating huge amounts of heat.
Oh, it's when it's sitting at idle like that. It's when you start to transmit with it that things get a little on the warm side. Yes, she produces some heat. There's no doubt about it. And I think I've told the stories of I had a Henry 2K for about 20 years and used to be part of a rag chew group on 80 meters that would talk through the night. And on a hot summer night, you'd sit there with all the windows open and the fans blowing out of the room to bring the air conditioning in from the rest of the house, type of thing. So you negatively pressured room. You're sitting there in a swimsuit and a T-shirt just sweating yourself to death because, that amplifier puts out some heat.
I can only imagine. You watch the video and you can just see the yellow glowing off, and you're thinking, man, that is it's like a radiant heater. It's got to be.
Well, it's one of the great advantages of tubes. Now, in the wintertime, it comes in perfectly handy. You've got a nice toasty ham shack. As long as you keep talking, it keeps heating. So the impetus is, keep your mouth moving, right? In any case, that worked out quite well. Just recently, we got the Quadra amp out, which is Yaesu's VL1000 amplifier. And we were having trouble getting the buttons to work on the front of it. And it seemed that we came with a condition that if we disconnected the control cable, that the buttons started working. And then we plugged it back in, they stopped. So we thought it was a setting in the radio. But we just couldn't find a setting anywhere that made any sense to change that. So Larry decided to tear it apart and found out that the support bar behind the buttons had been bent. And he just repaired it, put it all back into place, and got it all straight again. And lo and behold, all the buttons work on it now, and she's working at 100%. So as a matter of fact, you kind of have to hold her back. It's supposed to be a 1 kilowatt amplifier, but you got to make sure that power is low enough to stay at 1 kilowatt, because she'll go 1,200, 1,300 watts real easy without you even thinking about it.
And what model number was that again? You said the Yaesu Quadra amp?
Yeah, the Yaesu Quadra. It's the VL1000, I think, is the actual model number on it. But good little amp. For a near legal limit amp, if you run it at 600-700 watts, it'll last forever. It's a good little amp for like 40 meters and 80 meters and that kind of thing. And if the band conditions are poor on the higher bands, so it's a decent working thing. The only problem we came up with it so far is that 6 meters it automatically shifts itself into low power mode. When you go to 6 meters, it's about 675 watts or something like that on 6 meters. But yeah, it's not necessarily a 6-meter amplifier, but it works there.
Yeah, it looks pretty. I don't know what model I'm looking at here, but it looks pretty sleek and modern looking for a discontinued amplifier.
2 degrees.
I don't know how many years ago it was discontinued, but it was very recently, like 3 to 5 years ago, something like that. They quit making those. I don't think Yaesu makes any big amps anymore, but at the time that amplifier was for sale, it was the matching amplifier to that Yaesu. So when I saw that the Anaheim store down at HRO had it used for a very affordable price, I had that puppy shipped.
So that brings me up to another question. Have you found some good stuff on the consignment for Yaesu? I mean, for ham radio outlet. I've seen the button on and I poked in there a couple times, and nothing caught my attention. But I'm just curious if it sounds like you found a good deal there.
Well, actually, 2 good deals. The radio that you're talking about there, the FTDX 101MP, is actually quote unquote used. A gentleman purchased it, took it home. It appears that he opened the power supply box and took that out and looked at it, but he never even opened the radio box. It was still sealed all in its plastic, and decided he didn't want it and took it back and traded it in for some amplifier that he wanted. So they put it up on the used market. It's a $5,000 radio. I got it for $3,700, so that's a pretty good price for a brand spanking new radio that's really never. So I thought that was a good deal. And the other one was finding that VL1000 amplifier for such a good price. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was. I remember at the time I'm like, "Are you kidding me? That seems awfully low. Does it work, right?" And that's the next thing is if it comes from HRO, they test it and they stand behind their product from what I can see. I also bought a 922 Alpha Kenwood amplifier, their desktop twin 3500Z amplifier from them used, and it works amazingly well. It just came right on and worked. So and that's a 1970s product, maybe through the 1980s. I'm not sure, but if you buy their product, they seem to work, at least in my experience.
Well, that's a great vote of confidence. I mean, I know HRO's got a name to stand by, that they have to produce some good quality stuff. But like I said, I dropped it a few times, never was really excited about anything I saw there. But I'm definitely going to have to make that a regular stop, especially now that my ICOM 7300 is getting pretty old, and I'm kind of thinking it might be time to upgrade.
Well, I will tell you that 90% of what I see listed there, I either have no interest in or I don't understand what it is they're trying to sell me, because it has just some model number there. The TL-460-223, right? Okay, well, what the heck is that, right? Scroll, right? Now, if that's what you're looking for, of course, you find it right away, and that's what you need, right? But I have no idea what that is. So 90% of the stuff you just scroll through. But in 10% of it, wiggle your mic cord. We can barely hear you. Thank you, Gerry. Hang on. Okay, hopefully that is better. In any case, you scroll through it until you find the gems or something that interests you, and you find some really interesting stuff. Antennas that were returned. The package has never been opened. This kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, well, you want to take $50 off it? I'll take it. I'll take that. So anyway, back to you. We've racked on long enough here. So have a great day, and 7-3. Enjoy the little bit of sunshine poking through the clouds. KB6 SSN.
Hey, Tom, you do the same. Look forward to the next time we chat. KB6 SSN, AI6JB 73. Good morning, Mark. WB6BJN. How's it going in Tennessee?
Hey, good morning, Orion. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been around. I had some things going on a couple of Saturdays, and
other net that I have ran late. It'll get better once we go into daylight savings because 1700 hours or 1730 will come later for this net, and I can go back to being at the bottom of the list. But until then, that'll happen here a week from Sunday, or Saturday nights on the 8th. We'll be able to set our clocks forward an hour, which makes 1700 happen at 12:30 instead of 11:30. Or actually 17:30 is when my other net starts. So I'll be able to, I won't be so pushed up against a timeline, but so I can go back to going maybe last on the list because as will happen, 17:30 will happen at 12:30 my time instead of 11:30. 17:30 doesn't change, but my time does, and it makes it easier. Anyway, hey, good to hear from you, and good to hear from everybody here. Got a birthday coming up tomorrow on meteorological spring. Tomorrow is the first day of meteorological spring there. Go ahead.
I thought spring was always like the 20th of the month. Did I lose you there, Mark?
No, you didn't lose me. I forgot to turn my weather thing off, and it was giving my whole weather synopsis. You didn't hear what I said. Meteorological spring. I didn't say calendar spring. I said meteorological spring there. Go ahead.
Okay, I just showed my ignorance. What's the difference?
The difference is meteorological spring begins on the 1st, not the 20th or 21st, like calendar spring. That's the difference. It's always 20 or so. It's always on the 1st of the month that becomes spring. That's the difference. And so meteorological spring begins, the meteorological changeover begins on the day of the month that spring officially begins. So that is the time when your length of day changes closest to the equinoxes and the solstices. So meteorological spring starts on March 1st. Meteorological summer begins June 1st, and a meteorological fall begins on September 1st, and of course winter, December 1st. And those are the times when your conditions and length of day and temperatures, what normals are, change the fastest around those times there. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't know there was a difference. Well, thanks for that clarification. What's the weather look like? What I can see, it looks like we're going to be dry over here for a while.
That depends on where you are, because there's expected to be some thunderstorms this weekend, and Tom was on to something when he was talking about overcast that was white, but there could be some, there's a low-pressure area that's dropping down from the north that could provide some thunderstorms today, tomorrow, and maybe into Monday for the central and northern Sacramento valleys, and also along the northern coast of California. So anything from the Golden Gate southward should stay pretty much dry. There could be some drizzle from a couple of instances coming out of a closed low-pressure area, one today, one tomorrow into Monday, and then high pressure kind of noses in for the second part of the week, and it does stay dry. And it does pretty much stay dry for the first week or two of March. In fact, the 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day outlook does call for above normal temperatures and below precipitation. But there's a little bit of frothiness, which is not going to get too crazy now. Parts of the coast today will be so warm because of some offshore flow that they're talking about some heat issues, and that would be in the San Francisco and the Monterey Bay area. And then that high starts to flatten out as those lows come in tonight and tomorrow, and it cools things off. And then it warms up a little bit next week. There could be some winds, as one of those upper-level low-pressure areas is kind of an inside slider, and it takes a path into Southern California and the Great Basin next week. That's a spring setup where you get north winds as high pressure builds in from the Pacific Northwest, and a low drops into the Great Basin area, and that sets up a north wind event, and that could be the situation for next week. So meteorological spring is acting like real spring in California. Now there could be, let me take a break. There could be some snow showers in the very high elevations of the Sierras, around 7,000 to 8,000 feet, but there's plenty of snow that fell, a couple of weeks back, so there's still plenty of snow at some of the lower elevations. So if you want to go play in the snow, and I think some ski resorts are open, you can go do that. It put down enough snow that you can still go do that in the high Sierras. So there was some beneficiary precipitation, both for the valley and the mountains. So that did help out in February. So that's the situation for California, and then we'll talk about we'll turn it back to you for comments, and then we'll talk about what's happening in the rest of the nation.
Well, I am already satisfied with your weather forecast. We've got a little trip planned for next weekend, and that sounds like it's going to be perfect.
I think it's going to be, I think we're going to see from here on out. I think we're going to see that storm track gradually pull north. We're going to start to see some low pressure areas along the west coast, though, and higher pressure off the east coast of the United States. And so we sit in the middle. So what comes out of the Rockies what comes off of the California coast now, and what drops into the Great Basin and into the Rockies starts to move this way. So there's a little bit of cold air that's going to move into the upper Midwest tonight and into the Ohio Valley, and bring maybe some rain into my local area here, and a little colder temperatures tomorrow and on Monday. Today will be absolutely beautiful. In fact, right now I have a temperature of 0.72 on the barometer, and it's already 62.4 here, and it was in the low 40s this morning, about 43, so it's going to be a beautiful day. I might even try to go out and sit in the sun. But by then, the middle of next week, as that system that comes through California ends up moving this way, it's going to start warming up all over much of the nation from the Rockies eastward. And you guys will cool off a little bit, but still be pretty nice. But what's going to happen back here is it's going to get real warm in the 60s, 70s, and maybe even a few 80s in places. But there's a price tag to pay for that. Orion, let me take a... Because to the north, there's still some cold air. And you know what I've said about the warm, moist warm air advection that comes out of the Gulf of Mexico with that warm, moist air, that tries to have a battle with the cold air that's still to the north, trying to be winter. And unfortunately, that's going to bring some showers, thunderstorms, and depending on the strength of the system, that could lead to some severe weather back here. So we're getting into spring situation, which is severe weather season, unfortunately for the Midwest and Mid-South there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what's normal and expected for that mid part of the country. Have you heard or seen anything about what the predictions are for the hurricane season? Because we're getting close to that too, aren't we?
Hurricane season is still a ways off. The hurricane season doesn't happen until around the 25th of June. So there's a lot of time yet before hurricane season. There's still a few months, but they should be coming out with their prediction. We're in a weak La Nina right now, but that is going away, and things are going to become INSO-neutral, what they call INSO-neutral in the Pacific. There is also talk now of an El Nino condition, which could open up more rain and snow for California in fall of 26 and winter of 26-27. So there is a lot of the models that are trending toward a El Nino, which if that happens, especially in 27. The Atlantic hurricane season will be less, and it could be less if it kicks in sometime this summer. We can hope that the hurricane season will be less, because what happened in the Pacific hurricane season then would certainly be greater. It wasn't too bad for, of course, the United States last year, but Jamaica with Melissa, that was a terrible, terrible storm. And, boy, we sure hope that doesn't happen. What saved the U.S. from that storm was a low pressure off the East Coast. So, but it only takes one. So no predictions as of yet, but those should be forthcoming there, guys.
Well, it kind of sounds like we're heading into kind of like a mild type scenario, because you said with an El Nino predicted, that means hurricanes might not be as aggressive, and well, sounds like it's going to be another quiet year.
Yeah, it could be, but El Nino isn't expected until fall, so this may be a very active year for the Atlantic. You got to remember that when you have a La Nina, those conditions don't just vanish. Those conditions are still there for a while, and we're even though we're going back toward INSO-neutral or normal, it takes a while for all of that, the conditions for a La Nina to disappear, as it does when you have El Nino. So there may be an interesting start to hurricane season. Hopefully, we'll have a situation where, like last year and in years past, there's been a Saharan dust layer that takes hold in the Atlantic and in parts of Florida, the Carolinas, even all the way up to Texas. And when you see that Saharan dust layer very active, that kind of chokes off the tropical weather. Because there's dry air that's coming into the Caribbean from the Saharan Desert in Africa. So what happens in the Saharan Desert can affect what happens in the U.S. as far as hurricanes. So that we can hope for that too. Back to you there, Orion, WB6DJ.
I think that's a new term you've mentioned, the Saharan dust. So is that actual dust flying in from the Sahara Desert, or is there something else that goes with it? Just like it sounds, Saharan dust layer. It's a dust layer from the Saharan Desert, and it's connected with dry air that blows winds and the dust, and that dry air comes into the United States, and it comes from the Sahara Desert. So that's why they call it a Saharan dust layer. And I have mentioned it many times here. It's the Saharan dust layer that it have. I've mentioned it every year there. Go ahead. I must have been asleep during that time. All right, Mark, well, you have a wonderful week. Thanks for sharing all the weather insights. And I hope Sarah's doing well, and you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you maybe next week on the Coffee Break Net. W6BJN, AI6JB, 73. Yeah, it may be that I haven't mentioned it on your net in particular, but yeah, I have mentioned the Saharan dust layer, which is kind of a saver sometimes in hurricane seasons. And tomorrow, Orion, is my birthday, and Sarah's going to fix me a monstrous steak dinner. And my birthday's on meteorological spring. How about that? Maybe that's the reason I'm the weather guy I am. I like, when I was born in Kansas, I was born during a blizzard, and on meteorological spring, so there you go. Hey, back to you. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Orion, for being there, and we'll hopefully be in here next. There, go ahead. All right, Mark, have a wonderful week. WB6BJN, AI6JB, 73. Good morning, Dave, K6DCL. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Orion. Well, we're doing pretty good over here. Lucy's finishing up her biscotti and coffee and reading news and stuff like that. And we're just having a blast during breakfast time. Listening to Mark is always a challenge, but you got to know the weather. And I've not heard the Saharan dust. I served in the Navy in Sicily, Sigonella, a naval air facility. And I tell you, we had the Saharan dust. It was the more than dust. It was sand. The Sahara sand would blow up in the air, and it would almost block out the sun, and sometimes quite frightening. We had the temperatures on the tarmac and around the operations center, which is where I worked, was in the 125-degree area. And when it got that hot, we, of course, had to go over to the cafeteria, which was half a mile to a mile away, and they made us take buses. So they had buses running all the time. These were not normal buses. These were naval buses, and painted gray and very hard seats and all that. So luckily we didn't have to go long, and it was interesting. So we had to go over to the cafeteria that way and then go back on the same buses. And so that was an interesting thing. So ours was the Saharan sand, and I guess turned to dust by the time it gets here. I've not seen the Saharan dust. I live in Northern California, of course, in Jamestown. So I've lived in the Bay Area in Fremont, and lived in Davis, and I've never experienced the Saharan sand, although I may have and just not known it. Anyway, I'm getting my radio in Monday prepared for that, getting the 705 ready for sale. Going to sell that radio. I was successful in selling my other 480 HX Kenwood. So that went out on Tuesday, and he should be getting it by Monday. That was a heavy sucker. It cost me $40. K6 TCL, back to you, Warren.
I missed it, but where were you stationed where you could actually see the Sierra and Sand?
Comment?
Yeah, I was stationed
comment,
in
WB6BJ.
a place called Sigonella. It was a naval air facility in the middle of Sicily. Nobody really knew what it was or it was there, but we had, if they were watching, they would see jet fighters doing touch and goes, and also we had a P-7 squadron that went out and tracked Russian submarines. And so that was back in the 60s. I left there in 67 and moved up to AF South, Armed Forces, Southern NATO. It was a NATO base in the middle of a town right next to Naples, and that's where I met my wife, in Naples, and met her family first. So I was very fortunate, and subsequently she passed away 44 years after marriage. And other than that, yeah, that's where I was, right smack dab in the middle of Sicily. Beautiful area. Springtime was amazing because they had orchards and orchards of oranges, and the oranges, just the blossoms would captivate you. They were overwhelming. So that's where I was, middle of Sicily, K6DCL.
That sounds like a great time there. Mark, WB6BJN, you had a comment.
Yes, and the reason that, Dave, you have not experienced it in California, you're too far west. I don't know of anybody who's experienced the Saharan dust layer in California. You're way too far west. It comes about as far east as some parts of Texas, certainly into Florida. We've had it here in Tennessee, but you're a bit far west for it. I don't even think it's been in ever discovered in the Rocky Mountain states. So a little bit too far west. Just thought I'd throw that in. WB6BJ.
Hey, thanks, Mark. All right, Dave, throw it back to you for your final.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. You're always great, and I always enjoy listening to you. And I hope Sarah's doing well. And happy birthday for tomorrow. Mine's the 15th. So 15th of March is the Ides of March, and I blow a lot of wind. Anyway, so that's good news. The Rocky Mountains probably block the sand, and can't traverse the mountains. So we're lucky. That's good, because I tell you, I experienced the sand of the Sahara Desert, and it was not. Luckily, it didn't last long, but I tell you, you could taste the grit. It was not fun. Anyway, that's it. Orion, thank you very much for letting me chit-chat here. It's been fun. Been fun listening. I love to listen to Tom's saga of FTs. He influenced me so much. I've got an FT DX10 coming in on Monday, and get it all set up. I got a microphone and all that ready to go. Anyway, talk to you later. K6DCL 73.
Hey, Dave, it's always great to hear from you. You have a wonderful week. K6DCL, AI6JB 73. Let's go ahead and real quick let everybody know that, hey, we have a fox hunt happening today at 9 a.m. at the Mel's parking lot. That's the kickoff spot. If you want more information, go to our website, W6EK.org. Marty, K06GXX, will be our fox tender. So if you're interested in the fox hunt, you still got time to get up to Auburn, or at least maybe check out the website, and maybe you can drop in on the frequency and get part of that. So no equipment necessary, no license necessary. Let's go for a round of quick in and out. For those folks who want to just drop in, say hello, and perhaps head off to the fox hunt this morning. Looking for quick in and outs on the Coffee Break Net, AI6JB.
N2 DYI. Kilo 6 Delta X-ray November. Good morning. KA6 UAI. KB6 LUV Mobile. KO6 MJL in and out. Jamie and Kesterville.
Good morning, KO6MJL. Good morning, Brett, KB6LUV. Good morning, Ron, KA6UAI. Good morning, Simone, K6DX. And good morning to you, Patrick, N2DYI. Did I miss anybody? Line is drawn. Let's go to the top. Good morning, Patrick, N2DYI. Still in North Carolina?
Still in North Carolina. I still don't know when I'm going back home, but I do know that I will be here until at least the 16th of March because I have something that has to happen then. Other than that, not sure when I'm coming back. But anyway, just wanted to wish everyone on the Coffee Break Net a good, happy doomsday. When was the last time you were wished a happy doomsday? And it's not even anything bad.
Let me guess, is today a national holiday called Doomsday or something like that?
Not quite, but it is a day that is, the last day of February is always Doomsday. There is a thing called the Doomsday algorithm, which was invented by a man named John Conway, who was a rather odd individual. And this is an algorithm that you can use to very quickly figure out the day of the week of any day of the year in your head. And the way it works is the last day of February is always denoted as Doomsday for no other reason than it had to be called something, so we called it Doomsday. So the last day of the last day of February is always the same as the 4th of April, the 6th of June, the 8th of August, the 10th of October, the 12th of December, the 7th of November, the 9th of May, the 11th of July, and Pi Day, March 14th. They're always on the same day of the week, and this year's happens to be Saturday. So you can use that to kind of figure out what day any day of the week is in your head.
Oh, that is funny. So if you remember those numbers and those months, then you know exactly every day, all those dates are going to be occurring on Saturday this year.
Yep, and one easy way to remember part of it anyway is there's a little thing that goes, I work 9 to 5 at the 7-Eleven, and May 5th and 7-Eleven are always on the same day of the week. And it's interesting because it's 5-9, and it's also 9-5, so whether you look at it with the American date format, May 5th, May 9th, or the international date format where it's September 5th, it just happens to
learn something new. That's crazy. I mean, somebody's got a lot of time in their hand to figure that all out.
Yeah, there's a Wikipedia article if you're really interested in reading about how it works. But I just always like wishing everyone a happy Doomsday on the last day of February and confusing people mostly.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, what do you got going on the 14th that is keeping you in North Carolina? Is it something you can share with us?
No, it's nothing very exciting. I have to get my eyes polished.
That's important. That's important. All right, Patrick, thanks for dropping in. And you have a wonderful week. And we'll wish you next week happy polishing day. Into DYI, AI6JB73.
7-3 Orion, and happy Doomsday. Next year it'll be on Sunday, and the year after that it'll be Tuesday, because there's 29 days that year, and it's a leap year. So there you go. 7-3 everybody, into DYI.
That is funny. That is absolutely funny. All right, let's throw it down to Simone. Good morning, Simone, K6DXN. Sorry about that. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Orion. Kilo 6 Delta X-ray November. Well, if you're on social media, which I'm not, I guess every day is Doomsday, it seems like. Anyway, not a whole bunch here. Just got done with my first cup of coffee, considering my second, and got the grandkids coming over for brunch. Dawn's going to make some huckleberry pancakes and put together an air hockey table for them yesterday, so they don't know, it's a surprise. I got it all set up in living room for them to play some air hockey, trying to introduce things that aren't screen related. You know, I tend to try to, say, old school toys, old school fun, keep your face off a tablet or off a TV screen. So, yeah, I think air hockey's fun, and I think they'll have a good time with that.
Always loved air hockey, but never any good at it. Some of the folks who played it, you say go, and then the puck is in your side before you even know it.
You're probably better at it than I am. I flail around and hope to hit the puck, and then trying to listen to where it's at. Well, that thing's moving so fast. But anyway, it's just I don't know. It's 40 inches long, and I put it up on a folding table so it can be adjusted. The height can be adjusted because the table's adjustable. And, I'm hoping it's a hit, so we'll see. And I like them to have different things when they come here that they don't have at home. So keep it interesting. Keep them coming back. Let's see, other than that, I went and did an activation yesterday, working on my Kilo Award for Marshall Gold Discovery Historic Park. Got my Kilo Award about a month back at Folsom. So I'm like, well, what's the next step in my POTA journey? And I'm up over 500 as of yesterday. We got 51 contacts in about, just over an hour. My friend Tom, K6JBZ, and myself. It was a lot of fun, man. The bands were really good. And so, yeah, we did a whole bunch of park-to-parks, and I ran my POTA performer with my little Zyguchi 90 and a little 100-watt amplifier, and yeah, it all worked out really good. Had really good signal reports everywhere, and that was a whole bunch of fun.
Oh, so that sounds great. You're getting out with, I'm trying to think of the other gentleman's name right now. It just blew I had it at the tip of my tongue. Not Joshua. Anyway, so it looks like you have several POTA buddies.
There's 4 of us in our little core group, we call the Brodas. We came up with the name the Brodas. But yeah, Jimmy, I go out a lot with Jimmy and Tom and Jeremiah. Well, Jeremiah is a new father, so he's babies on the air these days. And Jimmy's daughter got married yesterday, so he was weddings on the air. I was teasing him, saying, "Don't end your speech with QRZ," and you know, ask the people in the back of the room if you're 5'9".
Yeah, that might not go over well unless it's a ham club.
Yeah, I said you're going to finish your speech, and they're going to go, "Where'd Dad go? Where'd Jimmy go?" And then they're going to find you in the parking lot with a mag mount on the roof. I just give them a hard time, man. We tease each other a lot and keep it fun. So anyway, yep. So that's about it for me. Like I said, grandkids coming over in a little while, and then them and Nana are going to go to a movie in El Dorado Hills, and what's it called? Hoppers, I guess it's called. It's some anime movie. I'm going to sit it out and be here, so. All right, I'll let you get to someone else. Orion, thanks for taking my check-in. Hope everybody has fun on the fox hunt. I'd like to do one of those, or at least ride along on one of those. I don't know how much I could contribute, unless there's some sort of audible thing, or invent something that's audible. You know, the closer you get, the more beeps. I don't know. Put an air tag on that. Put an air tag on the fox. I could use the air tags. Have my own little private fox hunt. Put an air tag somewhere in the house, and you use your phone to find it. That might be like a mini fox hunt, because that is doable. You know, with the screen reader and all that. So, all right. I'll let you get to someone else. Have a great day. Everybody out there, have a wonderful weekend. Kilo 6 Delta X-Ray November, Cameron Park.
Simone, you have a great day as well. K6DXN, AI6JB. Let's go and throw it over to Ron. Good morning, Ron. KA6UAI. How are you doing this morning?
KA6UAI. Lost the microphone there for a second. Doing pretty well. Just finishing breakfast and going to head out into the backyard and do my hopefully final test on the new lightweight rig. But with the backpack, it's just a regular medium-sized backpack. It's not as light as I thought it would be after I get enough stuff in there. You get, some coax and some little stainless steel parts and things like that added in, plus the 2 batteries. It starts getting a little heavy, but about half of the stuff goes into the other kit. So I'm not going to buy double of everything, but just the stuff that I use for the ultra portable. It's actually designed so that it can be taken on an airplane. Apache case with the 891 and the MAT 30 tuner, so it's can get some of it in a suitcase, some of it carry on like the 2 batteries, and some of it with the Apache case just being checked and paid for. So test it out and maybe get out somewhere at a distance from the house and try it out again tomorrow.
So once you get it all put together, you got any travel plans?
Well, the only thing we actually have this year is a trip on with a tour, a small tour group that's going to Washington, D.C. A couple of days, or I think it's July 2nd is when we arrive. And hang on a second. I didn't have a cough button on here, so I had to let the finger off the button. It's for the 4th of July celebration there, the 250. And so we're going to do some tours of things, Smithsonian, and a quick part of the Capitol, and a few other little things, these little 1 or 2 stops. And then on the evening of the 4th, we'll be up at a tall office building where they have a kind of a big conference center up at the top, and windows. It's all windows all the way around, so we can sit up there and watch the fireworks.
Sounds great. Sounds great. I gotta believe they're gonna have a big splash there. 250 years. That's quite a celebration. Oh, I'm kind of thinking back now. I remember 1976 when we hit 200. Was it 200 years? Yeah, it was 200 years. Thinking to myself, gosh, that's 50 years ago already.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, and I was already had been working for a long time by that time. It's 45 years of sitting at a desk as of December. So it's I don't know if I need to hit the lottery or something, and I could buy a few more radios and just take a private plane maybe. No, I'd be walking. That's what it would be. That's all I could afford. Anyway, so we got to buy the big house on Kauai first. That's what I'd like to get back to. And we're going to probably go to Kauai. Try to do that every year. I think we went twice one year. But go set up on this kit also has the little tripod for a ground antenna, and it also has the gigaparts antenna, the 33H Theta antenna. Weighs about 2 pounds, so it goes in the cup holder of the backpack, and the antennas go in the other cup holder with a little strap, and that can go in the backpack, and you can run antennas up there. It can run the whip dipole, or have a 30-foot wire in the kit that'll go up on that, and I've tested that out a little bit. Works pretty well. I can also, if I wanted to bring something extra, I have a inverted V off-center fit, and that one really works great. I think first time I set it up, 100 watts on the backyard. I got France was my first contact, and Japan was my second contact. So, it was open bands, and that antenna really works well. So I can slip that in there, and it's actually lighter than the 30-footer. So get over there and set up on the beach, and that should be fun.
Does sound exciting. Does sound like exciting. I always love Kauai, and I think I've had many conversations over that. All right, Ron, you have a wonderful day. Great to hear from you, and we'll look forward to catching you next time. KA6UAI, AI6JB73.
Well, Orion, if you hit the lottery and you decide to move to Kauai, make sure to share a little bit, and I'll tag along with you over there. We can go by the radio on KA6UAI. 7 to everyone. Have a great weekend.
You got it, Ron. I'll make sure I'll have a mother-in-law quarters for you there. You and Lori to enjoy. Alrighty, have a great one. 73KA6UAI AI6JB. Good morning, Brett. Good morning, Brett. KB6LUV. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're still available.
Good morning, Orion and Coffee Break Net. Yes, sir, I am very much available. Matter of fact, my mom from Newton, Kansas, and my wife, Dee Dee, we are all sitting here at Mel's Diner in the parking lot getting ready for the fox hunt.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Is it? Let's see. You're getting pretty darn close to the bewitching hour. Looks like you're gonna have a good turnout today.
I'm not sure of the turnout just yet because we didn't get up here for breakfast. We're here for the fox. But I'll tell you, the weather up here is it's spectacular today. Pretty much blue sky, some puffy white ones around. So looks like it's going to be a great day to be hunting foxes.
I was surprised. I was busy all day at work, but I stepped out a couple times and realized, oh my gosh, it's really, really warm here this morning. And in the afternoon, and we took a walk last night, and that was short sleeves, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, the weather has just been spectacular here in Northern California. So it's lovely. Yeah, looking forward to the Fox Hunt and meeting up with folks. I'm going to say a quick happy early birthday to Mark, W6BJN, back in Clarksville, Tennessee. Happy birthday, sir. Hope you and Sarah have a blessed day tomorrow and enjoy your day. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. We are going to, it looks like folks are starting to maybe file out of Mel's, getting ready to, again, do this Fox Hunt thing. And so, yeah, everybody out there in Coffee Break Net land, have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be blessed. KB6LUV, be of love, 7-3. You're listening.
Well, thank you, Brett. You have a wonderful day as well. Enjoy the Fox Hunt with the family. KB6LUV, AI6JB73. Good morning, Jamie, KO6MJL. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay over here, just waiting for the bank to open so I can get the rent money. Then after that, I'm going to head over to N6IJ to the clubhouse, see what's going on over there, and maybe get on some single sideband. Just sitting here wasting time. So, happy doomsday to everyone. Don't be scared, be prepared. KO6MJL 73.
Okay. Hey, 73JB, you have a wonderful day as well. KO6MJL, AI6JB. All right, folks, let's go for another round of quick in and outs, and then we'll go back to some rag chew. Looking for some in and outs on the Coffee Break Net.
KM6RFB in and out.
KM6RFB is the only one I heard. Anybody else out there, just in case?
Victor Yankee Delta, quick in and out.
I think that was Vincent, correct?
That is correct.
All right, we'll be right back with you. Good morning, Scott, KM6RFB. How you doing this morning?
Doing great. Just left the breakfast. Got things to do. Hey, Orion, are you going to be available for a phone call later this afternoon? I have a antenna question for you.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I will be. I'll be on the road heading north. I got to make a trip up to my mother's place, and I should be available anytime you need me.
Great. It's a simple question, so I don't want to take up the airtime to do it, but I'll give you a holler a little bit later.
Hey, Scott, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Anything else for the net today?
No, just the Aries Zoom meeting will be tomorrow on the W6EK Zoom room at 7:30. So it's tomorrow on the W6EK Zoom room at 7:30. I will be posting information and sending out emails.
Excellent, excellent. That'll be awesome to see you all. KM6, RFB, AI6JB, 73.
7:3. Thanks, Orion.
And good morning, Vincent. It's been a while. KM6VYD, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing pretty well. It has been a while. Just wanted to say hello. Hope everybody's having a great day today. What are you up to today?
Well, I need to go up to my mother's house and still keep sorting through her stuff. It's been a arduous process. Plus, I need to get some canoes and and a canoe trailer for the scouts. They're getting ready to gear up for the summer's activities, so I'll be turning that over to them so they can use those. So that's Saturday, and then tomorrow is my goal is usually have my taxes done by March 1st. So I'm gonna power through that tomorrow and get that done.
my taxes already. Didn't know anything this year. Last year I did though, which kind of sucked. But at least this year I got $14 back.
Yeah, well, this year I have my mother's estates to deal with as well, so I now have 3 tax returns I got to put together. So, yeah, it's been one of those like, oh, I don't want to deal with it, but I got to do it. So that's going to be on the agenda for tomorrow.
Man, that's doesn't sound fun at all. All right, well, I just wanted to say hello. Hope everybody has a great day today. Stay safe out there. 7-3-6 BYD.
Vincent, you stay safe as well. Look forward to hearing you maybe next week on the Coffee Break Net. KN6BYD, AI6JB. Alrighty, before we get into some more conversation, let's go through some of the announcements. If you haven't already heard, there is a fox hunt this morning, starting at 9 a.m. in Mel's Diner parking lot. So if you aren't already on your way, you might want to get hopping on that one. Marty, KO6GXX, is going to be our fox tender today. If you want more information about it, or maybe you might want to catch us next month for our fox hunt, check out our website, W6EK.org, for more information. All right, our next club meeting is always on the second Friday of the month, and this month it's going to be March 13th, yes, Friday the 13th, 7:30 p.m. at our new location at the Placer County Human and Health Services Conference Room at the Auburn DeWitt Center. Check out our website for access and information, but as a little pro tip here, the best way to get there is take I-80 to Bell Road exit, go over the freeway, and it'll drop you right in there. So we would ask everybody to bring some food for the food bank. While we have a new, we still want to support the Confluence Church with their efforts, because we do have a lot of events that we still produce, that we still do there. So bring some food donations for the Confluence Church. And I hope you have this already on your calendar. Marked in ink, the Loomis Ham Fest is March 28th, basically 1 month away. 7 a.m. at the historic Loomis train station. We've got all kinds of things going on there. We have a raffle. We got coffee, donuts. Of course, we have plenty of ham equipment going around for anybody. Check us out on our website, W6EK.org. And if you are club member, we are looking forward to you signing up and helping out. Many hands make light work. That's March 28th, Saturday, 7 a.m. for the Loomis Ham Fest. Quick update, I should have said 6 a.m. for those of you who want to be sellers. So if you want to sell some equipment at the Ham Fest, check out our website, sign up, and be there by 6 a.m. All right, looking for some in-person VE sessions. We have a few here on the list. First one of March is going to be this coming Monday. The Sierra Foothills VE team will host one on March 2nd, Monday, 7 p.m. at the Confluence Church in Auburn. Again, check out our website for information, but if you want to sign up and RSVP for that, please be sure to go to hamstudy.org, click the in-person button, slide down to March 2nd, and hit the RSVP button for the Sierra Foothills VE team. This Monday, March 2nd, 7 p.m. Saturday, in 2 weeks from now, we will have the Granite Bay VE group hosting their in-person VE session at the Raley's Event Center on the corner of Douglas and Auburn Folsom Boulevard. Again, that one starts at 9 a.m. Go to hamstudy.org and RSVP for their session on March 14th, Saturday, 9 a.m. in Granite Bay. And then on March 19th, that's actually a Thursday, the Folsom VE group will be hosting theirs at 6 p.m. in Folsom. Again, go to hamstudy.org and RSVP for that. March 19th, Thursday, 6 p.m. We do have several nets on this repeater in this AllStarLink 51018 node. The first one on Monday night, 6 p.m. That is our All Nodes net. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, information, anything you need on all nodes or nodes, that is available Mondays, 6 p.m. on this repeater and this All-Star node. And then Wednesdays, we split it up a little bit. The first and third Wednesdays, which means this coming Wednesday, will be ElmerNet at 7:30 p.m. right here on the W6EK Repeater. It's hosted by Eric, W6EMR, and crew. If you have any questions about ham radio, that's where you want to do it, is at the ElmerNet. And usually we have somebody there to answer your questions in a supportive environment. So check out ElmerNet first and third Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. on the W6EK Repeater. On the second and fourth Wednesdays of the month, we go to Zoom. We go to our club Zoom room for In the Shack. In the Shack, second and fourth Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. If you got something working on your bench, or you have a question about something that somebody else is doing, Zoom is In the Shack on the Zoom room is a great place to answer those kind of questions. So In the Shack, second and fourth Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. on Zoom. Every Thursday night, we have the weekly 2-meter net. We have reports from our officers. We get satellite report, mystery question, ARL report, all kinds of juicy details on ham radio that we'd love to have you be a part of. So that's Thursdays, 2-meter net, 7:30 right here on the 2-meter repeater. And Friday nights, we got something for you as well. First and third Fridays of the month, we have what is called Friday Trivia Night. Yes, first and third Friday Trivia Night, hosted by Don and Simone. Check us out, 7:30 p.m. first and third. And by the way, that is this coming Friday for Trivia Night. Alrighty, let's go for another round of In and Outs. In and Outs on the Coffee Break Net, and we'll get into some rag chew. Looking for In and Outs on the Coffee Break Net.
In and Net, Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey.
W6JC's on mobile. KI6LOP, In and Out.
All right, we had a bit of a double up at the beginning there, but I did hear Russ, KI6LOP. I heard Jim, W6JCZ, and I saw on Superman, Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey pop up. Who did I miss? Nobody? All righty, let's throw it to KG6NLW. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Orion and Net, Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey. Not much going on here, just getting ready for the day and having fun. And just a friendly reminder, 2 friendly reminders for everyone. As of this last Thursday, 2 nights ago, the NorCal swap is no longer on N6ICW. We have had to close it down temporarily due to ongoing issues. I will leave it at that. If you want more information, I'm good on QRZ. I'll be happy to talk about it off air. And with that, there's also the Coffee Break Net being live streamed to YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, your favorite social media. It's probably there. Just look up my call sign, Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey, KG6NLW. It'll show up as Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank, and you get to see the live dashboard, and there's a chat, and how to get in, and all sorts of fun stuff. And if you miss a Coffee Break Net and you want to go back and listen and see what might have gone on that day, you can go back and listen all the way back to February 15th at this point, because that's when I started doing this. With that, good morning, Orion. You have a great day. AI6JB, KG6NLW.
Hey, I'm sorry to hear about the NorCal swap net. I didn't drop in very often, but I did a few times just to see what's going on. So, bummer, that's kind of like a fixture of the Northern Valley. Anyway, thanks for the information, and you have a wonderful day. KG6NLW AI6JB73.
73.
Good morning, Jim. W6JCZ. How you doing this morning? Are you heading home from the breakfast, or are you heading to work?
Good morning, Orion. I was heading to work at this time. Might be late. No, today's an off day for me from HRO. That is. See, just headed out from the breakfast. I'm heading out to Davis to hopefully go put in a water heater with my dad. The one that came with the house in Davis. It lived a long, healthy service life of 26 years, but it finally started springing a leak. So that thing's going to get junked, and we're going to put in a new one, hopefully. I hear from some of the guys out there that the code has been changed, and now the platform that the water heater sits on, this is a natural gas unit. It has to be at least 18 inches off the ground. So it's been a real long time since I even saw that house in Davis. I'm not sure if it meets current code. So that's the first thing I'll have to go check when I get there. Make sure that platform is sufficiently raised to put a natural gas unit. W6JCZ.
Yeah, that's always it's always amazing when you do something like just replace a water heater. Sometimes that can get pretty involved. But I'm guessing that means the house was built in 2000. It's probably to code. Just knowing it's probably to code, because I think that code was in. I built mine in 2002, and it was well in effect at that point. So have fun with that one, and be careful with it. And just if you don't know, you do need a building permit in order to install a water heater. So keep that in mind as you go about your day. Hey, have fun installing a water heater. I had two of them replaced a couple of years ago. They had 22 years. Was it 23 years? 23 years? 22 years of service. So you got your life out of that water heater. I've been told that most of them only last about 15. W6JCZ, AI6JB73.
73, Orion, yeah. And the house in Woodland that we live in now, the house was built in 05. The water heater sprang a leak in 2015, and we put a new one in kind of late 2015. So only 10 years for that one. So anyhow, yeah. Let's see how this new one here lasts us at the Davis property. Will it be enough by the time I move in? Only time will tell. 6J.
Yeah, it's crapshoot. It's crapshoot. Ours weren't leaking. We were getting some rust appearing in the water. They were kind of turning. The water had a slight tinge to it, and when I flushed it, there was a little bit of rust water coming out, but mostly little particles. And my plumber friend said, "Yeah, that's a sign that it's probably going to leak soon." So that's why we did it. Have a good one, Jim, and thanks for everything you do for the club. Break. Let's go to Russ, KI6OOP. Good morning, Russ. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well today, Orion, and just got my 4-year-old grandson, and we're headed to the Great Train Show, so he's very excited about that. So, should be a fun day. It's a gorgeous day out here. I'm going through 6 sites right now, and it looks beautiful outside, 70 degrees. So anyway, looking forward to fun with him.
I am not familiar with the Great Train Show. Is that down in Sacramento at the Rail Museum, or is it something else?
It's a thing at Cal Expo is where it's at. Cal Expo. I just saw it online. I thought, well, he likes trains, and he's very excited about it. So we're going to go check it out.
Very cool. Very cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. I can't remember who I was talking to. I overheard on the Coffee Break Net or something, but somebody is converting their trains to what's called DCC, and they can control their train in each individual locomotive through the power supply. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. You know, even model trains are becoming more computer savvy. So very very fascinating. You guys have a great time at the Great Train Show. KI6LP, AI6JB73.
73, Orion. Take care.
Comment?
All right, that's the list as I have it. Let's go ahead and call for more check-ins. If you would like a quick in and out, let me know. Otherwise, I am going to assume you are a rag chew. Looking for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
Comment, KG6 and LW.
Well, Frank, you were the only one that came back, so go with your comment.
Well, there's two things here. Someone else had a comment prior to Jim. I don't know if you caught that or not. And it was Scott, KM6RFB, that was converting his DC to DCC layout at his place there. And it looked like KA3VGM came in underneath me here.
Yes, that's right. It was Scott. I forgot about that. Very good. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Because I remember now when he mentioned it, I kind of went, oh, hey, you know, it did not strike me. He didn't strike me as a train guy. So thanks for that. Thanks for that comment, Frank. And you have a wonderful day. All right, and you said there was KA3VGM. All right, let's go ahead and see what KA3. Oh, you said there was another comment in there. Whoever made a comment on Jim, go ahead now.
Looking at Supermon, it looks like it was Tim, K0SSD.
Sierra Delta. I had a message for Frank. Is he still there?
Hey, K0SSD, go ahead for Frank.
Hey, good morning, Frank. Yeah, I'm using Echolink, man, because, you know, out here in South Dakota, we don't, even my team won't make it to California, so even if I try. So anyway, no, just want to say good morning, and nice to catch you out here, buddy.
Good morning, Tim. Good to hear you out here as well. Always good to catch you on air. With that, I'll pass it back to Orion. K0SSD, KG6 and LW, back to AI6JB.
I'm glad you guys could connect. You guys have a wonderful day. Frank, you mentioned there was another station in there, KA3VGM, AI6JB. Are you still there?
Yes, good morning, Orion. AI6JB, KA3VGM, back here in Pennsylvania where it's about 50 degrees. I mentioned at the moment, and I'm just sitting here eating my lunch while I was listening to you guys, so I won't hold it, but I did want to check in. I missed yesterday. Hi to Frank. Didn't mean to double with you there. KA3VGM, back to net.
Hey, all right. You have a wonderful day as well. Okay, let's look for some more check-ins. I will assume you're a right you unless you let me know you're a quick in and out. Looking for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
KO6GXX.
KM6UMY in and out.
All right, I heard a Kilo Mike 6 Uniform Mike Yankee, and I heard a Kilo Oscar 6 Golf X-Ray X-Ray. Anybody else?
KN6 Sierra Victor Zulu.
KN Kilo November 6 Sierra Victor Zulu. All right, I'm going to go with the in and out. Good morning, KM6UMY. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing really well. I have an interview today for a scholarship that I was applying for, so I've just been getting ready for that.
I did it on Saturday. That's pretty wild. Very cool. So scholarship, like going to college? Is that what it's for?
It's actually a flight scholarship to begin getting my private pilot's license.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. And who's giving out the scholarship, just out of curiosity?
It's the Auburn Aviation Association.
So I just looked you up on QRZ, and I see your name is Talia. Are you the Talia that was that went to several of our meetings a few years back?
Yes, that was me.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. How you doing? It sounds like you're doing quite well if you want to go get your private pilot's license. That's awesome. How old are you now?
I'm 18.
Very cool, very cool. So have you already picked out your flight school? Are you going to do it all at Auburn, or are you going to do Lincoln, or whatever? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I think I'm going to do it in Auburn just because for these scholarships, they're specifically for flight schools in Auburn. I'm not sure which one yet. I've done one lesson with Mach 5, and they were pretty good. And I figure I'll probably ask around the people that I know who are either students at each of the flight schools or who are in the general aviation community who knows, like, which is the best one in their opinion, because I don't have very many family members who are pilots, so I would definitely be looking for someone who knows more about it than I do.
Well, fortunate for you, the Auburn, the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club has many pilots, several pilots in there, and one of them is actually the airport manager for Auburn. If you look me up on QRZ, I will get you that gentleman's name, and he could probably help you out with that, especially if he finds out that you're a ham. So, yeah, do that for me. Have you ever considered the Civil Air Patrol?
Yes, I have. In fact, I joined it about a year and a half ago, and it's been an amazing program.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so it sounds like you're on the road. Are you thinking a career in aviation, or is this more of a hobby and interest at this point?
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking it's going to be a career. I want to be an airline pilot.
Very awesome. That's a dream that I had that I never got to do. I have my pilot's license. I have a glider rating, single-engine land, complex, and IFR. So I haven't flown in a while, but it's definitely in my heart.
That's awesome. Well, it's always great to hear that there's a lot of pilots out there, especially in the ham radio world. Actually, Brian, AI6US, was also telling me that there are a lot of pilots in this club specifically.
There are, and if you have any questions, I'm sure you just jump on the repeater or get with Brian or me or Gerry, W6EK. We have a pretty good idea of who's who. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, just want to bounce some ideas off, I'm sure you could tap any one of us. Well, Talia, good luck in your interview today. Sounds like you're going to be doing a great job, and look forward to chatting with you in the future. KM6UMY AI6JB 73.
73 to you and everyone on the net.
Good luck, Talia. Good morning to KO6GXX. I apologize, the name there isn't coming readily to my mind here. What's your name there, and how are you doing today? KO6GXX, AI6JB. .
73
Orion. I think he was a true in and out, because that's Marty, our fox tender, this morning.
Oh, well, that was embarrassing. Yeah, he was probably calling in to announce the frequencies and stuff on the radio. So bummer, and even worse, he's in my ham class. That's even worse. All right, well, Marty, if you're out there still, feel free to drop in anytime. I apologize for that. KO6GXX AI6JB. Break. Let's go to KN6SVZ. KN6SVZ.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone on the net. This is KN6SVZ. Brian. I'm out of South Lake Tahoe, but currently heading south of Pottsville, heading to Stockton for the Pacific Jazz Festival.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they had any jazz festivals around here anymore. The only one that I remember that was big was the Dixieland Jazz Festival in Sacramento.
Yeah, this is a competition, where the schools, my son's high school is down there playing, and they'll get critiqued, get some feedback on their playing, and I don't know if they get any awards or anything for it, but they're going to have some fun.
Yes, I had the opportunity to play in a jazz band in high school, and we always went to the Reno Jazz House. Actually, I think they called it at that time the International Reno Jazz Festival, and it was the same kind of thing. You play, you have gigs that you got to do, and they would have other instructors there that would critique your group.
Yeah, it's the same thing down there, put on by the Jazz Studies at UOP. We went to the Reno Jazz Festival last year. I'm assuming the high school's going this year as well.
Yeah, I haven't been back since high school, so I have no idea. But I always enjoyed it. It was a lot of memories for the. I think we went 2 or 3 years out of the 4 years I was in high school.
Yeah, I don't think I ever went to the Reno Jazz Festival in high school, but we did some others. Monterey, we did one in San Jose, in Sac State. Folsom's got a really big one. It's like late January. It's a really good festival to listen to all the different groups.
Well, I'm glad they're still doing that. I really am. I think music was a big part of my high school and college. Or at least for the first couple of years in college, anyway. But I learned a lot, and I think it definitely develops different kinds of skills that you just can't do in a classroom.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I played through high school and college, and after college for musicals and stuff. So it's been a big part of my life too.
So, what did you play, and do you still play it?
I sort of still play. Not quite as many opportunities up in Tahoe to play, but I play bass clarinet and I play bass guitar.
Well, you're better than I am. I play trumpet and really haven't touched it much in the last 20 years plus. I got a little involved about 10 years ago because my son picked up the trumpet, and he actually turned out to be a hell of a lot better than I ever was.
Yeah, my dad played Barry sax in high school, and he hasn't touched it since I've been playing. But my son's playing trumpet. My younger son tried the trumpet. He may try drums next year. Yeah, my last gig was probably been about 2 years ago. Did a sort of a musical review.
Oh, very cool, very cool. I was more into drum and bugle corps, kind of things. So I spent a couple years on the Sacramento Freelancers Jazz drum and bugle corps, and at that time in the 80s and mid 80s, Sac State's marching band was kind of doing that drum and bugle corps flavor. So that was kind of my thing.
Oh yeah, I remember those days. Yeah, it's about the time I was going to college, and yeah, the DCI. I'd love to go see a DCI show sometime.
That's funny. You know what DCI is? Very cool. That is awesome. Does Stockton still have their Moonlight Classic?
You know, I don't know. I haven't really checked into it recently.
So you know what DCI is? Do you follow which course do you usually follow?
Sorry, I'm dropping into the canyon. I think you're picking up this here, so I'm just going to sign off and say have a good day. This is KN6STZ.
Yep, you were absolutely right. You got really ratty on that last one. Brian, it was a pleasure chatting with you. Looking forward to the next time. KN6SVZ, AI6JB73. All right, that's the list. How about another round of check-ins? If you want an in and out, be sure to let me know. Otherwise, I will consider you a rag chew. Looking for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
Kilo Golf 6, Papa Uniform November, Corey, in and out.
KK7, Yankee Oscar Charlie, Ron in Twin Falls, in and out.
Good morning, Ron, KK7YOC. Good morning, Corey, KO6PUN. Did I miss anybody? Good morning, Corey, KO6PUN. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good morning. I know I've heard you out there, but I don't remember your name. I know you're new to Net Control. This is Kilo Golf 6, Papa Uniform November, Corey. Doing fine, just out working in the yard. Just wanted to check in real quick and say hello to everybody and hope everybody has a wonderful sunny day. 73, KG6PUN.
Well, that explains why Papa Oscar 6, but you doesn't show up on QRZ. Well, Corey, it's nice to meet you. Actually, I have been here as long as Brian has, so we just haven't connected on a Saturday. It's good to meet you, and we'll catch you next time on the Coffee Break Net. Kilo Golf 6, Papa Uniform November 6JB 73. Good morning, Ron, KK7YOC. How's it up there in Idaho? We haven't heard from Idaho yet.
Very mild day of weather, going to be 57 this afternoon. Quite unusual. Usually February is our worst weather month, but it's really, really mild. Light breeze today. It's a day to get outside and take your dog with you and have some fun. KK7YOC 73.
Yeah, it seems like that's generally the trend across the entire United States. I've had a pretty good spattering of samples: Illinois, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, now Idaho, Illinois. I think I mentioned Illinois. All of it has nice, mild weather, just like what we're having here in California. You have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful day, Corey, and we'll catch. I'm sorry, Ron. We'll catch you the next time. KK7YOC, AI6JB 73. Alrighty, looking for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net. Anybody else out there like to drop in?
Kilo Delta 6, Hotel Oscar, November.
we got Joe, K86HON. Anybody else out there? Good morning, Joe. K86HON. How's it going? How's the studying going?
We're doing okay with that, I think.
That's awesome, awesome. Hey, I just pulled up your QRZ page. Looks like 34 years in the Navy. Is that what it was?
No, 6 years in the Navy, 34 years for a school district.
Which full school district are you with? Yeah, the area. Okay, cool. IT at the local school district. Which is that one up in Forest Hill?
No, that was for San Juan Unified, same as Aaron Bond, and we worked together for, well, 36 years, I think.
My construction company's done quite a few jobs for San Juan over the years. As a matter of fact, we were considering doing a locker mod at the Miraloma High School, but decided that was well, frankly, there were too many people going after the job. We decided we weren't going to be competitive on that one.
They have been doing construction on, it seems, every school for the last 40 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, San Juan is one of the older school districts in the States, and a lot of the facilities definitely do need upgrading. You know, we finished your Arden Arcade campus last year, I think it was, or the year before, and when I went through the Miraloma just earlier this month, you know, it's definitely, it's pretty old.
Yeah, we've pulled quite a few wires and items like that, and they're putting new technology in, and it can be a challenge.
Yeah, what I found surprising was some of the things that I saw in that building. I'm like, man, you could not get away with it nowadays. That was one of the other reasons why we backed out, because we figured we'd get nailed with a lot of hidden upgrades that are not shown on the drawings at the time. So, you know, it was competition. There were 19 other generals going after it, and that we decided, no, this is probably not our cup of tea.
Well, whoever wins it will be in for some surprises, like you say, I'm sure.
Okay. Next time, if I need any hints on what's going on in the San Juan School District, I'll give you a holler. Joe, it's been a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you Tuesday night. Hope it's all going well with the studying, and we'll catch you later. KD6HON, AI6JB73.
Okay, but don't call me about San Juan, because I've been retired for a few years now. KD6HON.
All right, I won't bother you with it. Okay, folks, that was the relatively short list there. Let's go for another round of check-ins. If you want an in and out, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll drag it out as long as I can.
This is Kilo Bravo Delta Foxtrot Papa KB7 DSP Cannon Twin Falls Mobile, in and out.
Good morning, Ken. KB7 DFP, another IT guy. How's it going up there in Idaho?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's 50 degrees, and it's pretty warm for us right now. And I just got off work, so I will go eat and, you know, get a haircut and hang out with a friend. So that's all the fun for today.
Sounds like a busy day. Chatted with Ron just a few minutes ago, KK7YOC. He came in through your AllStar node. I'm assuming he's in your area somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds right. I do have a few new people that check in, or maybe they're
not new, but some that I've noticed, and but I don't, I hadn't kept track of them all.
Yeah, I know Twins Falls is a, Fido is probably a larger area, but and I don't expect you to know. But I mean, it's kind of cool that you've got a repeater system up there that people are starting to use.
Yeah, and I like that. I mean, I love it when people do that and enjoy it and have fun with it. The other thing I've noticed is we have local people that use it to check in, and then I've actually had people connect to me and then check in on the net.
Sorry about that. My daughter just stepped in and said hello because she just showed up. So I missed that last part, Ken. I apologize for that.
And then after that, my repeater ID. So sorry about the delay on my side, too. Well, besides the local people that check in, I've noticed that I have some nodes that connect to me and check in, and I've seen that happen before. And I imagine they might be looking and seeing the activity, which is probably generated from your end, but so sometimes that happens, too.
Yeah, I noticed our bubble chart is getting huge. It's kind of amazing, actually, how many people are looking into this network. And I've asked, a few people have dropped in brand new, and I always ask them, like, how'd you find out about us? And most of the time they will say, hey, I just go to the AllStarLink website and look for activity, and when I see activity, I just call on it. And that seems to be the way to do it, I guess.
Absolutely, which is kind of funny because I've never done that. I should, but, where a lot of the activity is, and I'm connected to here, I'd say most, a good portion of the day, every day.
Hey, I just saw a node from Manchester, UK is connected to us, and then there are two other nodes from Manchester connected to them. Oh, wait a minute, it's the same call sign. Wonder how that works. Anyway, so, yeah, we're international. Look at this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I like it when we have new hams in the area, and they get on here and call out, and I mean, I want people to enjoy the hobby, and, whatever I can do to help is, I'm going to try and do.
Hey, if everybody does just a little piece, it's awesome. Yeah, I've seen stuff from Canada, all over the place. Quite a few Canada stations are clicking into this. Very cool. Then there's the Fireside. I've seen this one pop up many times. Fireside Radio Network East Coast Hub. I've seen that one pop up many times on Supermon, and there's quite a few folks connected in that one as well.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't realize for a while that I could actually go on the website and then look at Supermon for this node for the W6EK repeater, and I thought, well, that's kind of neat to watch it when you're talking and stuff and see who's talking.
Yeah, well, when we first started, there'd be just like maybe a handful of folks dropping in, dropping out kind of thing, and now it's just, I don't look at it very often, but I'm kind of impressed how big it is right now. I can't tell how many there are, but I'm saying at least maybe 100 different nodes are connecting.
Yeah, that's amazing and good, though. I mean, I think the activity and getting out there is a lot of fun. Anyway, well, I am going to go inside here in a minute and grab a little bit of a bite to eat before I go for that haircut. So thanks for letting me check in, and even though I said in and out, I'm glad you let me talk a little longer. Sometimes I don't even know what I want. KB7DSP.
Hey, Ken, I always enjoy chatting with you. Feel free to extend it however long you like. 97 DFP, AI6JB. Have a fabulous weekend. 7-3. This is Orion, AI6JB here in Northwest Roseville for the Coffee Break Net. Meets here every morning, 7:30 to 10 a.m. Looking for check-ins. If you'd like a quick in and out, let me know. Otherwise, I'll assume you are a rag chew. We'll probably close out the meeting, close out the net today if you hang on for a while. Looking for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
W6EK, good morning.
Juliet Bravo, in and out.
Good morning, Thomas, KN6MJB. I got you in and out. We'll be right back with you. Good morning, Greg, KO6TH. Anybody else out there? W1ATV.
KB1PZS, Kilo Bravo 1, Papa Zulu Sierra, Bob.
Good morning, Bob, KB1PZS. And good morning, Aaron, W1ATB. Let's throw it up to Thomas, KN6MJB. First of all, my condolences to you and Christine for the loss of Ray, KK6AM.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. As a quick in and out, just wanted to check in real quick. Got the node up and running. I made it back home this morning at 5:45 Tennessee time. First experience with doing the red eye home here, and I am on the fence about it. It's nice because I got to have a full day on Friday in California and get to have a semi-full day here, just a little tired, but wasn't terrible.
Yeah, we took a trip to Alaska late last year. We did a red eye on the way back. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. You get to spend the whole day there, and theoretically, if you can sleep on the plane, you pretty much got another full day. But yeah, I was exhausted.
Yeah, I definitely was starting to have. I was awake, I was functional, but my distance vision was starting to go. I was also having a little bit of an allergic reaction from a couple of days ago, so my eyes were all puffy anyways, so that might have contributed to it. But yeah, it wasn't terrible. I got to have, like I said, a good day on Friday, and then today I just got up maybe about half an hour ago. So now I get to start where did I leave off on cleaning before I left? Anyways, 73, just wanted to check in and say hi. KN6, I'm Jimmy.
7-3 Thomas, and we'll catch you next time on the Coffee Break Net. KN6MJB, AI6JB, 7-3. Good morning, Greg, KO6TH. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Orion. Good morning, everyone. It's Greg, KO6TH. Just got done with breakfast a little while ago, and a long chat with Mark about the AV system and improvements we're making for the next club meeting. So got some exciting stuff, kind of behind the scenes exciting, but should make all the logistics and stuff a whole lot easier and a lot better for the folks listening in. So excited about that, but I got to stop off here, pick up some stuff for my boat. Always picking up stuff for the boat, and then on with the day. So in the parking lot now, so it's I'll let you go. But want to say good, just check in and say, and hope everything's going well with you. KO6TH, back to you.
Hey, Greg, before you run away, real quick, I saw some emails about a second second dress rehearsal. Did that ever come to fruition, or did I just completely miss it?
That's actually what we were talking about. It was, I believe it was last night or very recently. They did it ran very late, apparently, but they got a lot accomplished. Breakthrough in terms of some of the plumbing. And, yeah, so I'll let Mark fill you in on some of the details there, but it's looking really good. I wasn't part of that. Needed to focus on other parts of the system, which was absolutely the right thing to do. So, but yeah, looks like the results were really good, and you still have a job, from what I understand. KO6EH, back to you.
Oh, darn. Okay. Oh, well. I saw the emails about it, and then never heard anything, and the minute you said talking about the new location, I went, wait a minute, where did that email go? But anyway, thanks, Greg. You have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time on the Coffee Break Net. KO6TH, AI6JB, 73.
73, everyone, have a good day. Enjoy the weekend. KO6TH.
Good morning, Aaron, W6EK. You must have noticed I was looking at the bubble chart and saw your node active. Is that why you checked in?
No, not really. This is W6EK, Aaron here. That thing's been on for a couple days. I'm actually on RF, but I thought it was getting close to the end, and I'm kind of in between coughing spells here, so I had some oral surgery done this week, and then, of all things, I came down with this horrible cold, so I don't know if the dentist gave it to me or what. I don't know how that stuff works, but, man, it's a doozy.
Well, depending on what you got, but the weekend for Winter Field Day, I came down with a horrible cold and had a cough until about Monday or Tuesday of this week, and I'm still a little congested for some reason, but my cough is gone. So I'm on the men's side. So I hope you get through it faster than I do.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. My wife's been sick a couple of times. People around me have been sick. I've kind of dodged them all. My mom was really sick. I went and visited her, and I was like, she lives in a assisted living place, and I thought, I'm going to catch it from somebody because there's all these older folks there that are sick. And I dodged all those, and here I go. I got one now, so it's like payback time, I guess.
We had a game night last night, and one of the couple's wife couldn't make it because she was sick, and he was kind of commenting about the same thing. I've been dodging it all. I was in a hotel room with both of them being sick, and I'm not thinking, okay, your time is coming, dude.
Yeah, well, it got me, so not too much else going on here. I'm moving some of my domains over from a service I've had for 20-some years over to a new service that costs 25% less and gives me about 30 times as much storage, so it was time.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how that works. You get comfortable, familiar with with technology, and you keep liking it, and then you poke your head up and go, wait a second, there's something better and it's cheaper.
Yeah, and I was always running out of space, and it's like, can I upgrade? And like, no, you're on a legacy plan, and the new plan is like $300 a month, and I'm like, you're out of your freaking mind. You smoking crack or what?
That must be the new term. You're on a legacy plan.
Exactly. So anyway, I have a bunch of stuff on GoDaddy, and they had a plan that was pretty cheap, so that's where I'm going. And it sounds like the guy doing the line is here.
Very cool. Yeah, I last time I heard that legacy plan thing was Comcast when I said I wanted to disconnect my TV cable service, and they said, oh, you're on a legacy plan, we can't do that, so we have to open you up on a new one, and of course it's more expensive. All right, Aaron, I'll let you go deal with the lawn guy. You have a wonderful week, and thanks for checking in on the Coffee Break Net. W6EK AI6JB.
Thanks, Orion. You too. W6EK.
Good morning, Bob. KB1PZS. How you doing, and what's it like, and East Hartford, Connecticut. Kilo Bravo 1, Papa Zulu Sierra, AI6JB. All right, no contact on that one. All right, folks, it's 9:50. We're going to have to close up the Coffee Break Net here. Before we do, let's start doing some log-onlys for the Coffee Break Net.
November 6th, Charlie Tango Charlie.
Kilo 6, Bravo, Sierra, Yankee, K6 BSY.
K4LGI, Sam in Denver.
KQ4SDX.
Alrighty, let's take stock who we have so far. Good morning, Chris, N6CTC. Thanks for joining us on the Coffee Break Net. Good morning, Jeff, K6BSY. Got you in the log as well. Good morning, Sam, K4LGI. You're in the log today as well. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Kathy, KQ4SDX. My apologies for that. We got you in the log. Anybody else for a log only? Well, we still have a few more minutes. Anybody else want to check in? Whatever you guys want, I'm available. Something tells me with all this nice weather all the way across the country, everybody's out finding something better to do than stay inside and talk on a radio. All right, this is Orion, AI6JB for the Coffee Break Net here on the W6EK Repeater. This will be my last call for check-ins. Last call for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
Mickey here in sunny and warmer Pennsylvania. Have a great day, everybody. Aloha and log only. Have a great day.
Good morning, Michelle, WH7QC. We got you in the log, and you have a wonderful day there in Freedom, Pennsylvania. Looking for more check-ins on the Coffee Break Net. Last call for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
I think everyone's out enjoying the sunshine, warm air, and fox hunting, Orion.
Frank, I think that's exactly what's happening. And I've noticed that does happen. You know, if we get a nice rainy day, the number of folks that check in bumps up a little bit. But it's definitely when the weather is nice and it's predicted to be nice, I definitely see a definite downward trend, especially on breakfast days. You know, breakfast mornings, monthly breakfast. Usually it's pretty quiet until about 9 or so, and then it picks up after that.
Oh, absolutely, I believe it. I mean, I'm looking at Supermon here, and we're even missing some of the regulars to check in daily because they're probably out fox hunting or having fun. But, you know, it's 68 with it says few clouds out in Auburn, California right now, and this weather is updated every minute, so, and it's on the live stream too. So, it's a nice sunny day. Of course people are going to be out. Anyway, I'll let you see if you can wrangle up a few more in the next 5 minutes here. AI6JB KG6 Nova, yeah.
I had to check what Cloverdale is. That's what QRZ says you are. Oh, okay, that's right. You're up there on 101. I forgot, right, towards, up towards, what was I going to say, where my dad used to live. No, you're farther north than that. No, you're south of that. So my dad used to live in Willits. I remember now. Okay, it's coming back to me. Hey, Frank, you have a wonderful day, and I think we're going to go ahead and close it. We're going to make one more call for check-ins, and we're going to close this up. You have a wonderful day, Frank, and we'll get on with the coffee break. KG6NLW AI6JB73. All right, last call for the Coffee Break Net. This is Orion AI6JB on the W6EK Repeater. Last call for check-ins.
Good morning, Orion, NN6H in Lincoln.
All right, good morning, Tom, NN6H. Yeah, you're up right in our neck of the woods here, so you have a wonderful day, and we will call your check-in the last one for the day. You'll bookend this one for us. Well, actually, you weren't here in the first part, so you'll finish it out for us. But hope everything's well with you, and you're having a great time up here in Lincoln. NN6H, AI6JB.
Yeah, no, very good. I know I came up for Ray's semi-memorial thing that we did, and we missed you there. But no, it was good, and yeah, I kind of slept in this morning, missed the breakfast, but thank you for doing the net this morning. And I didn't want to leave you hanging there with nobody checking in. Anyway, you have a great day, and thanks for doing the net. AI6JB and N6H.
No, I think you just colluded with Brian and made sure I stuck around until 10. Have a good one, Tom. And NN6H AI6JB73. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and close up the Coffee Break Net for this edition. We'll be back tomorrow with Jeff, KW6U, as your net control station for the Coffee Break Net, starting tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. And, of course, we're here every single day. Looking forward to hearing you maybe next week on the net. This is Orion AI6JB here in Northwest Roseville, returning the repeater to normal operation, where the sun is always shining, the birds are singing, and the fish are jumping. 73, everybody.